Now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, welcome back, everyone. My apologies for that. It comes up at the wrong time. John Burnett was kind enough to bring an apple and some juice in here, which I have no idea why he'd want to give me an apple, but he did. It's the thought that counts. So, John, thank you for that. And live television, what can I say? Anyway, talking about the NFL Combine and some of the things the Steelers may be looking for, and Mike Gesicki is a really good talent. You talk about a guy who doesn't look at everything as a 50-50 catch. When the ball goes up in the air, he believes it's 80-20 in his grasp. He's big to begin with, 6'6", 252 pounds, and yet he can fly. His 40 time, which you saw when I was trying to clear my throat there, 4.55. That's one of the best tight end runs really of all time. And in fact, it was better than what Antonio Brown put up when he was at the Combine. And that tells you something because, again, Mike Gesicki is 6'6", 252. But, you know, the thing about him is he can go up and make plays. We've seen the tape on him. You watch Penn State, you know how big of a guy he was in their passing game. So he's going to be a guy that could be available. Who knows where the Steelers may end up, falling to them at the time. A guy to certainly watch. They're interested in a lot of quarterbacks as well. Tonight, coming up on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown, 11:35 on KDKA TV, we delve into that question too. If, hypothetically, one of these top-end quarterbacks ends up falling later into the first round, the Steelers have a lot of other needs for right now, but if somebody they really like was available and they believe is a guy 3 years from now could, take the reins if necessary, would they draft him? Should they draft him? I think all these things have to be covered by a team that has its scouts, its general manager, its coaching staff there, and they are going through their due diligence, and we'll see what happens. But it's been a very interesting week with some of the best times, some of the best 40-yard times, vertical leaps, broad jumps, all the things they kind of measure there, but it's also production on the field, and Mike Gesicki had a lot of that as well. So we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the NCAA tournament, which will be starting not too soon from now, man. It's coming up, not this week, but next week, and the first couple of rounds are at PPG Paints Arena under the host Duquesne University. We're going to see Villanova likely come here. Who knows who else? Maybe Michigan. Michigan was a team that won today, the Big Ten tournament, and they did so pretty impressively against Purdue, and they just wiped out everyone. John Beilein, I said this the other night on Twitter, one of the most underrated coaches, I think, in America. 10 years now he's been there. Remember when he was with West Virginia? He took them, I believe, to a Final Four. He had some really good teams down there, and the play continues in Michigan. Beat Michigan State yesterday, beat Purdue today. That's pretty good work there, and you wonder where they're going to be seated, but watch out for them as well. Got a couple of other notes, and one of them would be the Penguins, of course. They played last night. We're going to talk about tonight on the Showdown, and the panel, by the way, is Jason Mackey, Will Graves, as well as Chris Muller. We're going to talk about do they have enough depth on defense and in goal? That'll be one of the things we talk about. Also, Patrick Hornquist, 5 years. Everyone loves that deal now, but looking down the road, will it be too much 4 or 5 years from now? I don't think so, only because I think their opportunity to win is right now. And if you get something good out of the next 3 years from him, it really doesn't matter to me what he does in year 4 and 5 of that contract. Although, he's played a very rough and tumble style, and yet he's 10 years in the league. He's still playing the same way. So he hasn't changed, and he's continued to, be there in the biggest moments. So I think that's very good for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Tomorrow they have the Calgary Flames coming to town. Flames are a good team. They have 4 guys who have at least 20 goals on their roster. Johnny Gaudreau, of course, leads the way. He has 73 points, so he's right up there in the Malkin, Crosby, Kessel range when it comes to points. It's an entertaining team to watch. Should be a very interesting game tomorrow. And tonight, the Penguins got some help, too, because the two teams were right around them in the standings. Philadelphia lost again. Watch out for the Florida Panthers. They've now creeped into the second wild card, and they may go even higher than that the way they're going. Win again, home. Barkov was outstanding. Evgeny Dadonov was outstanding again. Those guys have been in a zone for the Florida Panthers, so they beat Philadelphia 4-1, and the Devils lost to the Golden Knights. Marc-Andre Fleury gets another win, and Thomas Tatar got his first goal as a member of the Vegas Golden Knights in that game. One other note before I go to a break, and that would be a huge congrats to Anna Shields at the NAIA Indoor Track and Field National Meet, because she goes to Point Park University and she set 2 national records in doing so. So a big congrats to Anna Shields from Point Park University on a job well done there for sure. All right, now it's turn for you to sound off. Call me at 412-575-2600. That is the number. You can also tweet me at KDPomp. We have a lot to get into and like to do it with you right here, right now on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, Pittsburgh CW. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, putting new roofs on Pittsburgh homes for over 20 years. Call Ireland Contracting at 1-800-NEW-ROOF.